Hey guys, welcome back to GHz Portal. This is Shukesh Ponik and today I'm going to make a head-to-head comparison in between these two most feature-rich mobile phones of 2013. On my right I have the new Samsung Galaxy Note 3 and this is Samsung Galaxy S4. Now the first noticeable difference in between these two phones is obviously the differences in the dimensions. I'll talk about this later on in this review. Let's first talk about the design, and the front look is almost same. The keys, sensors, each and everything are exactly same, but the back of these phones are completely different. Samsung for the first time got rid of this cheap plasticky back cover of Samsung Galaxy series phones, and as you can see I have also lost couple of letters from the logo on the Samsung Galaxy S4. On the Note 3, Samsung has moved the loudspeaker to the bottom of the phone and we do appreciate this. Note 3 also features USB 3.0 which will give you around 60 or 70% more data transfer speed compared to the USB 2.0 on the S4. Both of these phones feature infrared blaster for remote control functionality and air gesture sensor, RGB sensor, and also humidity, temperature and pressure sensors. Now let's talk about their differences in the dimensions and the ease of handling. If you have a medium sized hand like me, then you may feel a little bit discomfort with the Note 3. Galaxy S4 is perfect for one hand operation and feels really great, but you will get used to the huge display of Note 3 after a couple of weeks, and Samsung has included this very innovative one-handed screen option. Now the display is easily accessible with one hand. Now the display of both of these phones are Pentile Super AMOLED, but the display of Note 3 is slightly brighter than that of Galaxy S4. Now you can see the difference. The white level and the sunlight legibility of Note 3 is also better. There is a good balance of color and brightness on the Note 3's display. Though both of these phones have the same resolution, that is Full HD, there is visibly no difference in between these displays in terms of pixel density. You can apply the one-handed operation on this keyboard, on the dialer, calculator, even on the pattern lock. Now the writing experience on both of these phones are same because the keyboard is same, but when you have a Galaxy Note, you can write with S Pen, which is the standout feature of this Note series phones, and you must be already familiar with this air command wheel. On this Note 3, Samsung has given you much more power, much more options with this S Pen. For example, when you hover your S Pen over any text input field, you will get this type of handwriting window. You can also use the handwriting window on the keyboard. Writing with S Pen is sheer fun. The handwriting recognition on this Galaxy Note 3 is improved and you can apply a couple of gestures as I have shown you on the previous videos of this Note 3. The autocorrect feature also works quite nice. Now S4 does not feature an S Pen, but that does not mean you cannot get this type of autocorrect feature or gestures on this S4. Just buy any capacitive stylus or you can do this with your finger as well. Honestly speaking, Note 3 without the S Pen is basically a larger Galaxy S4 with hardly around 10 to 15% more features. So if you are getting the Note 3, you are getting all the features of S4 plus the awesome S Pen. With the S Pen you can get this air command wheel, and these 5 options are the added features to this Note 3 that are not available on the S4. Though you can get the screen write feature on the S4 in some other way. Now you can not only take notes but also perform some specific tasks, like you can call, you can message, search on the web, etc. You can check any reviews on this Note 3 in my channel for the other 4 features of the air command wheel. Regarding the speed of the user interface, the time taken for the applications to open, Note 3 seems much faster and responsive than this S4. I have experienced some kinda lag on this S4, though I should mention here that I have the Exynos version of S4 and I have been using this S4 since its launch. This Note 3 luckily does not have those issues. This My Magazine is another added feature to this Note 3. which is basically Flipboard embedded with the user interface. You have to use the Flipboard on the S4 as a third-party application. So looks like Samsung has perfected this S4 with the Note 3. S4 is a game changer for Samsung. They introduced so many new features with this S4 that were unthinkable on the Note 2 or on the S3. But this Note 3 is, I can say, a Galaxy S4 on steroids with couple of new features, and obviously don't forget about the added brilliant S Pen. Well, you can get your frequently used apps from here as well. Other features like the multi-window is now improved on this Note 3. You can now open two same Samsung applications and share data like images, text, etc. across the applications on the Note 3. You can also do the same manually on this S4, but on this Note 3, Samsung has added a dedicated feature for that. Well, the browsing experience on both of these phones are same, but the larger display of this Note 3 will give you a better visibility of the small text, so you can easily read text on a full desktop site. Due to the high resolution of the S4, you can also read a full desktop site on the S4 in the landscape mode. Reading ebooks or watching movies also feels better on a larger display. If you are in a dilemma in between a tablet and a phone, you can get this Note 3. But if you really hate to carry away a huge phone like this, then you can surely go for the S4. The apps menu of this new Note 3 does not have any new noticeable application. These note-taking applications are the only different applications in these two phones. With the S Memo on the S4, you can take notes, you can write, you can draw, and there is basically no smart feature on this S Memo. This is just a plain note-taking application. On the other hand, S Note is one of the prime applications of Note series phones, and this new S Note is redesigned and I'll not say improved from the previous S Note you have got on the Note 2. I have discussed about this on the Note 3 versus Note 2 review. You can check the description and find the link. Now the only smart feature here is you can select a part on the Note and you can perform some specific task. There are also few other things Samsung has included, like this easy chart is quite user friendly. Making a line, bar or pie chart is now as easy as that. You can transform it to any other form as you wish. You can also add sketch of any item. Though both of these phones share the same smart features, this Note 3 supports reading mode, which is mainly for the tablets like Galaxy Tab 3 or the Note 8.0. As you know, this mode makes the display more suitable for reading ebooks. The music player on both of these phones though look exactly same, Samsung has brought a vital change, a vital improvement on this Note 3. You now have more control over the Sound Alive sound enhancement system. S4 has this typical list of presets along with this custom option with very few controls, whereas this new Sound Alive is equipped with an innovative equalizer square. There are also bunch of effects you can apply. You are also getting these extra options in the advanced mode. S4 has a nice desktop clock mode which has been removed from this Note 3. Samsung also removed this briefing alarm type. In this mode, the phone reads out news headlines, weather and schedule. I don't understand why Samsung removed this awesome feature. On the S4, you can hide any application on the phone, whereas Note 3 can disable few system embedded applications and also uninstall the downloaded ones. Disable means those applications will completely stop working. You don't have to uninstall those applications if you don't use them that much. Next, let's compare the camera, and both of these phones here feature 13 megapixel shooter. On the Note 3, Samsung has included two extra modes. This golf and surround shot are the extra modes, and the night mode has been moved on screen. The Snapdragon version of Note 3 can record in 4K resolution, and there is also a video stabilization and audio zoom options. In the photo mode, there is also a smart stabilization which works really nice. On the other hand, S4 has anti-shake option, which is also not bad. Here it is. Regarding the quality of the camera, S4's camera is one of the best in the world, but still I feel that Note 3's camera is a little bit better than that of S4. You can check the quality of these cameras by yourself. I have uploaded uncompressed raw full resolution images into my website gadgetsportal.in. Well, so far you must have already realized that this Note 3 is much better than this S4. You are not missing a single smart feature of this S4. The only thing you can be concerned about is the huge display. But Samsung has included this innovative one-handed display option. Now not only the display but also the whole mobile phone is usable with one hand. With the S Pen you can perform some specific task, like you can crop any part of the display. With the new S Finder you can find anything on the phone as well as on the web. You can also get the action memo just by pressing the S Pen button and double tapping on the screen. You can take notes in a second. So there is no meaning of getting the S4 if you are okay with the huge dimensions and you can spend around $200 more. That is almost 30% more than this S4. Now before going for the benchmark, let's compare their specs. You can pause here and compare their specs. S4 is a 4 months old model, and on the Note 3 Samsung has done the usual upgrade on the clock speed. I have here the international version, that is the Samsung Exynos 5 Octa chipset version of S4 as well as Note 3. The RAM has been upgraded from 2 gigs to 3 gigs, and that is really good because nowadays these phones eats up around 1 to 1.5 gigs of RAM even before installing any application. The battery backup of Note 3 is better than that of S4 so far. I am getting 2 days on Note 3 and 1.5 days on S4 on normal day-to-day uses. You can compare the sensors from here. On quadrant standard we have got 19,366 on Note 3 and 12,819 on the Galaxy S4. Note 3's score on Antutu 4 benchmark is 34,398, whereas S4 has got 24,804. Let me show you the breakup so that you can compare side by side. On Ninamark 2.4 we have got almost same result. Note 3 is showing 60.3 and S4 is showing 60 FPS. Just to compare the CPU calculation speed, let's run benchmark pi on both of these phones. Well, Note 3 took 124 and S4 took 148 milliseconds. This time Note 3 took 136 versus the 144 on the S4. Again Note 3 took 127 and S4 took 139 milliseconds. Next I want to run another benchmark that I have never run on this Note 3. With this benchmark you can get a lot of info. This is called Velamo, and let's run this and compare side by side. Well, the benchmark has ended ultimately and we have got 2782 on this Note 3. S4 got 2038. Let me show you the breakup. I will show you each and every category for a few seconds. You can pause and compare. Well, we have come to the end of this review. Considering their price and the time of release, both of these phones here are good. If you are getting an Android or Samsung phone for the first time, then go for this Note 3. If you are already an S4 user, then you can skip this Note 3. You will not feel that much difference in the user interface, except the larger display and the S Pen. If you are coming from Note 2, then you can get this Note 3 for a change, though Note 2 is still a great phone. Check the channel for a Note 2 versus Note 3 review. I have also uploaded a lot of other reviews and you can check the description below for the links. Lots of new videos are coming soon, so make sure you subscribe and keep in touch to get the most of this awesome Galaxy Note 3. That's all for today. This is Shukesh Bonik and thanks for watching.